You travel with women. The drama, oh my goodness. How do you cope? Okay, today's session is about questions I get asked as a group travel organizer, and I'm answering your questions in my most honest and humble way. Remember, I've been doing this for half a decade, have traveled with 200 women. So if group travel is not for you or you've never tried it, stick around. Let's talk about this drama. Hi, my name is Becky with Miss B Group Travel, and on this channel we talk all things travel related. That's travel advice, travel tips, travel, flight, hotel reviews. Okay, today's video is just some questions that I get asked that I thought I would kind of respond to and give you an insight of the life of a group travel organizer. And of course, one of the first things people always ask me is, oh my God, Becky, how do you deal with the drama of people or the patients or this, that, the other? So let's talk about that. First of all, I think that people watch a little too much of Real Housewife shows, when people go away on shows and then there is a lot of tension and things like that. I'm not saying there isn't intention in a group setting or whenever you've got people around you, but you guys also must remember that when you're watching these shows, this is a TV show. So they're going to add some spice and some stuff that may not otherwise happen on a normal group. However, that's saying that drama depends on how you perceive it, okay? To me, just being at a check-in place and, at the hotel, trying to check in and being a little bit late, that's not drama. But to somebody else, that is drama. And that has happened. We've been checking in and we're checking in 24 ladies, and one lady decided to go to somebody else who was sitting there and say, oh my God, there's something going on in that check-in. I think they didn't have our rooms. And then and I had to say, well, chill sis, no. That's not the case. There's 24 ladies. There's 3 people there checking people in. They've got to do our passports. They've got to do our credit cards. And remember, we're not the only people checking into the hotel. There's also people who are not part of the group. So hence we've got 2 dedicated people checking us up. There's no drama. Okay. So some of the things you just have to look at it that people have look at drama or look at circumstance from a different point of view. And you just have to minimize and nip it in the bud as soon as you have a feeling of it, because for some people it is drama, but it's not. Okay. The other thing I get asked is, how do you deal? Oh, you have the patience of a saint. I do not have a patience of a saint. But how do you deal with people saying this and people saying that? Well, first of all, if you have not watched our previous video of how to survive a group trip, please do watch that. From the group organizer's perspective, I have learned that people are from all sorts of lives, and we go through different traumas, different excitements, and we have a different understanding. Someone who asks me a question of every single step does not mean that they're trying to cause an issue. They may just be that personality that wants to know a little bit extra or have to have all their things in order before I go. So I don't get annoyed by people asking me questions repeatedly. I mean, I'll send you the itinerary, I'll send you this. There are some things, yes, we do get to a limit, but I don't always see that as a negative. Sometimes it's just someone not understanding things and they just want further clarification. Okay, we're different. Okay. And then the third thing, really that I do get asked is, how do you deal with clicky people? Right. So group travel, in its own essence, means that you're a group of people, like-minded intention, which is to travel, see the world, or create experiences in a different country or even in your own country with other like-minded people. Therefore, a lot of the people that come are interested in the travel side of things. Again, sometimes we have people who come with friends or they come with family members. Of course, there's going to be a natural bond. That is not a clique. If you come with your sister, I can't say, now ditch your sister so that you can make friends. But I understand that some people may feel comfortable when they are in a setting with other people that they know, because they may not know everyone. And then there's people like me. I've gone on a group trip where I've not known anybody there, and I've just had to click and adapt. Okay, so there's no clicky behavior. I mean, certainly when I'm on my groups, I try and make sure that everybody is involved, because it's also their group trip, but there isn't any clicky behavior. And I suppose if you've been to a trip where there has been this sort of behavior, I do apologize for you. Sometimes things do happen, but the important thing for group travel organizers, and this is what we learn, is to make sure that we are inclusive to everyone. Okay. However, that's saying, we need to differentiate a little bit here, and this is for my attendees or anybody who's thinking of traveling in a group. If the trip is has been advertised and itinerarized to say we're going to be doing X, Y, and Z, don't then come on the trip and then say, oh no, I just want to spend the day sitting on the pool because I don't want to walk up here or whatever, and then try and engage other people to do that. Then that is what causes a little bit of friction and drama, because the ethos of the trip was to come and visit. If I want to go and sit on the beach, why don't you go and do that yourself? Okay, so we don't do clicks. Yes, because we are the whole clique. Okay, the next question I get asked, and I have been asked, if you've got an experience that you are supposed to explore, whether it's cooking or a belly dancing class or quad biking, and you have people who now don't want to do it when you get onto the trip, I actually say that is okay. If you no longer want to join the cooking class that we put on the itinerary, that is a personal choice. It's a trip, it's a group trip. People are supposed to have fun. So if that's not fun to you and you don't want to do it anymore, even though you knew what the itinerary did list, that's okay. You're not going to be forced into it. Okay, so to me, that's not drama. That's just somebody changing their mind. I mean, some of the things that you guys say is drama is actually not. You're a human. You're allowed to change your mind. And the only thing I can say to you is I won't be able to give you your money back. Because if we've paid for 20 people to do a cooking session and he's had to cancel other people because you said you're attending and you're no longer attending, I can't get the money if I've passed it over to them. I can't. Unless something else has gone wrong, I really can't. Okay? And then the other question is, how do you deal with people who go, oh, but I can get it cheaper there. Oh, but how come you're charging us this amount of money and, this costs this? Really? And I get, you do get these. You do get these. Some of them may not be directly to you, but elsewhere. Girl, I ain't doing this for free. I got to feed my family too. However, do understand that when I do plan a trip, there is research and development costs that have gone into me putting that trip up. Safety concerns, trips, bookings that I've had to pay deposits for way in advance than you receiving your payment. Allocating that payment, collecting that payment from people, because not everybody pays on time. Ensuring that we've coordinated the flights, the hotel, the guides, the drivers, the excursions, the activities, and all that. That takes planning. Okay, so even if you were to do it yourself on Google, that would still require you to take some planning, but I'm taking that off you. So yes, I do understand, but this is the experience that you're paying for. I do understand people say that and then they go, oh, that, and then, and I've had that. Listen, any group travel organizer will tell you, I've had that on a trip, and somebody brings this up and says, and I said, okay, well, I need you to calculate this. Can you tell me this? By the time they'd finished with their list, and I said, and this is why we do this way. You always get it. To me, the first days it used to, but now it doesn't. If you can do it, girl, go on and do it. Go on and do it. I'm your biggest cheerleader, because all I want to see is people having fun and traveling. Okay, so there's no drama. On my point, there's no drama. If you can do it, just go do it. I'm here for the people that want to experience a different country, a different place with a qualified and regular group travel organizer. So if you can do it yourself and you want to go with your own friend, that's fine. I don't have, and I will help you if you ask me for things. I have a service fee that I'll charge you and I'll help you. Okay, so no drama there regarding that. Okay. The other thing about drama that I get asked is, oh, don't you guys have money drama with people refusing to pay and this, that, the other? Yes, we've had that before. And yes, I've had to learn to do things a different way. And this is only like if we do go for extra drinks. If we're staying in a hotel, normally we book bed and breakfast if it's a short stay. And then in the evenings, we like to go and see the local cuisine. So we might go to different restaurants. And I always say to people at the beginning of the trip, listen, ladies, we're going for a trip for a meal. If you want to come, it's fine. If you don't, that's okay. But if we've got a set menu placed, I try and find things where either it's a buffet or or a set price, so everybody knows what they're paying. However, if not, I advise people to always write down what they've eaten, even if it's another little second drink, and then also to have cash available with them. Yeah, because them swiping so many cards might be a bit of a problem, but have cash available for you so that you can make that payment. It's the drama only becomes if we get a bill and people say there's 8 to 10 of us and there's 11 drinks that have been had and we've got 3 missing people in the drink. So I just keep it simple. Say, listen, ladies, this is what's gone on. We go back over the bill. We go back over the bill, and that normally resolves things. So it's not drama over there. Okay, and then I get asked personally as a group travel organizer, how do you deal with the know-it-all? To me, I would honestly say there are some people who appear to be know-it-alls, but it's not that they're trying to be know-it-all. Some people come from an organized background or from a need to know something in advance. And even if they need to know 10 minutes before, an hour before. I've dealt with them. I've traveled with them twice or thrice. And you get to a point where you understand that this is how certain people look at things. It's not that they're there to cause the drama. And once you speak to them, and I always say to them, listen, if I've missed anything, please, come back to me and let's chat. What I don't like is when they start to publicly say, oh, but we should have. Listen, if you know, done, can, will, know it all, have your own group and go. But don't come and disrupt people who are trying to learn or just trying to travel or trying to get out of their fear of doing something. Okay. So again, I wouldn't classify it as drama, but it's out there. Okay. And the biggest one, of course, when you travel with women is the gossip, talking too much, or just relaying something that may not be nice for the other person to hear. Listen, I'm all for free speech and everything, but I think there's a very common saying out there. I'm not sure who wrote it or said it. If you didn't see it with your eyes or didn't hear it with your own ears, don't repeat it with your big mouth. Because the way certain things occur to how they're then expressed can be different. And so you learn that people have different personalities. Someone will explain something in a different way that can cause, some anxiety to others. And then somebody will just explain it, just as it is and very impartial. So it can be a difficult, contentious, because I'm not there with everybody else and I'm not perfect. And someone, I do worry about the person that comes to say, well, this so-and-so was saying, why are they comfortable saying it to you? And why are you repeating it? If they said within your circle, maybe that's their feelings, but don't come and spread this to the rest of the group, because then that causes anger and confusion, people starting to hate each other and whatever. So I promote open dialogue within the groups, even from the start. I promote open dialogue. Okay, maybe not everybody will be able to do the open dialogue, but in an ideal world, this is how I would ask people, listen, if you've got an issue with someone or something's happened that you're not clear, take that person aside and, hey, sis, listen, when you said this or when you did this, this is how I felt. You may not have known it. I know that, it might not have been your intention, but you know what? Maybe I'm not being too sensitive, but this is what it's done to me. And most people, if you pull them aside and say something to them, they will, kind of like respond to you in a positive way. But we don't encourage the gossip, and please don't do it. It's not necessary. It's a short trip. We're there to have our fun. So that kind of drama, I always pray before I go on a trip that please, I don't want gossipers. followers or people just going to make other people feel uncomfortable and just make, with what they've said or he said, she said, that is just unnecessary. So do watch the video if you haven't. I've done 10 tips of how to survive a group that will really, really help you. I'm going to log off for now. I hope that some of the tips that I've made, some of the questions or that you've asked and that I've answered on this platform will just kind of help you and get your feel of our groups. But I will do another detailed session in 2023 because I've got a new ebook coming out, so that will be quite interesting as well, so you'll see that. And for now, I will say thank you so much for tuning with me until the end. Again, please do subscribe if you haven't to, if you like this, or share this with your friends and family. And if you want to join one of our trips, please go to www.missbgrouptravel.com or DM or inbox us. We're on Instagram, Facebook as well. Hope to speak to you soon and take care. Thanks for watching.